are stories that connect us to ourselves and each other. These stories reveal who we are and show us the many vivid, wild colors of our truth. Welcome to Soul Wanderings, where we raise spiritual awareness and foster connections through these shared stories and personal experiences. And now, exclusively on KGRA Radio, I give you your host for Soul Wanderings Radio. Here's AJ.
Hello, welcome to my favorite night of the week, Soul Wanderings Night. Soul Wanderings is a show about journey stories, and we are hanging out here on the one and only KGRAradio.com, which is heard throughout our universe every Wednesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern, and each week we get to wander with a new guest about their authentic journey through this human experience. It's so awesome to have you guys here with us tonight for yet another live show. My name is AJ Rasmussen, and I am an owner and manager of a very amazing heart-centered healing space. It's called Vibes, Mind, Body, Spirit, and I get to help humans in their personal journeys in healing the mind, body, spirit, and the heart. And I also have this amazing opportunity to be the host of this show, Soul Wanderings. If you guys are listening live with us tonight, make sure you are hopping on to kgraradio.com/chat. That's the chat room. That's where you can hang out and visit with other wanderers and ask questions for our guest. I hang out in there throughout the show and grab the questions as you guys ask. And I know you'll want to ask them because you always do. It's good stuff. And tonight will be no exception. So make sure you go over there, kgraradio.com/chat. This evening, we have the opportunity to visit with Renee Johanna, who I met at the UFO conference in Arkansas. And lucky us, you were planning on traveling through Utah this summer, so we scheduled her to wander with us during her visit here. So she's in-house tonight, which is awesome. Renee is an inspirational speaker, professional life coach. She's an intuitive consultant, and she has written her first book, Welcome to Awakening, How to Be Free in the Human Experience. Hello, Renee.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's really awesome that you're in the studio, especially where I met you a long ways away from Utah.
It turned out perfect.
It did. It's so cool. You actually have family here. So
yep. Here for a family wedding. So it was perfect timing, and now I get to feel like a big shot.
KGRA is a pretty big deal.
It is to me.
It definitely is. I really love this station, so it's neat that you're here with us and get to wander with us. The show is about journey stories, so it's all about you, and we get to learn about who you are as a person, what experiences you've had in this human journey, and what you are doing with your life. And apparently, you're doing a lot of things.
Yes,
you have a few titles in there. So, but let's get to know you first, because as everyone knows who is a listener of the show, we like to get to know you on a personal level.
Well, good.
First and foremost,
I just kind of even summarized the book, just because it summarizes me and how I ended up sitting here with you. I thought there was something terribly wrong with me most of my life. I didn't quite understand what I was seeing, but I knew, I remember being little and telling people around me that I could see inside them, which I knew freaked them out, of course. But it was the only way I could describe that I could see who they really were. I couldn't really see who they look like on the outside as much as on the inside. And then I was always confused as to why they weren't operating from that pure love and beauty that I always saw everybody at. So it was always a confusing experience for me. I thought I was sure I was from another planet. I'm not so sure I'm not. And it's okay now, because now I get the complete blessing curse part of this is when you don't know what this is, you're forced to continually develop yourself from the inside out. That's the only thing that will help you survive. So you either kill yourself, which I was very suicidal. I knew what that would do to other people. So I always was trying different routes to feel better, sometimes prescribed by doctors, sometimes prescribed by myself. Everything was temporary, nothing quite stuck. And I had gone through several medications, several doctors, several thousand self-help books, and just kind of resolved to the fact that I would never really feel normal here, and that I just needed to go on and be whoever I could be for everybody else. And that suited me fine and suited everybody else pretty good too, because I was amazing at people pleasing. Like Master of Disguises, I could read everybody. I knew their needs before they did. So best employee, best daughter, best all this. But I never really felt like I was genuinely me, because I knew there was something about me that I had to keep hidden, and I didn't know what it was. And so it really wasn't. I was always close to my grandma. I grew up in a really violently abusive home, and she was my safe place. So I trusted her. I loved her. I wanted to, be as much like her as possible, because I knew what an honest, good person she was. And I was devastated when she died. I was with her when she died, but it was honestly the most amazing experience too. And I wrote about this in the book because I got to feel what she felt like when she left her body. There's no way to describe it other than that. It was pure bliss and euphoria. And I shouldn't have been feeling that, because I'm losing the person I love most. So that was like the beginning of me saying, there's something going on here. And I'm really connected to my grandma, but I now feel like I'm kind of with her. She's with me. And it was about 6 months later when I was going through one of the worst episodes of my life. My son was diving into addiction. And my grandma came through my dreams one night, woke me up, sat on my bed. We had a conversation like I'm sitting here talking to you. And I asked her everything. Like, she's like, I have the answers. I don't know if I can give it to you all in a way that you'll process. Like, she explained it so beautifully that it made perfect sense. And I woke up the next day first bawling, because I thought, oh shit, it was just a dream. But then I realized that it was way more than that. Like, I felt different about me. I just felt like I had some answers that finally were clicking. The puzzle was starting to come together. And now I got to convince myself that I'm not crazy, because I'm talking to dead people. So that was really the first kind of aha awakening moment, where I'm like, okay, now I'm kind of seeing what's happening here. Then I started diving into a lot of information about law of attraction and universal energy mostly. And that's what made the most sense to me. Was I had a hard time saying, oh, I'm psychic, I'm this, I'm that, because this is something I've been trying to shut down my whole life. How do you declare this? Yeah. So I really always just resonated with intuitive. It just always made sense to me. It was always dead on when I really paid attention and listened and could move away from the human details. And that's the best way for me to describe it, is when we get so caught up in the human details, we really lose sight of the big picture, why we're here. We're really here to love unconditionally, to really move each other to levels of evolvement that haven't been known before. So I really feel like, we were just talking before this started, the shift it's happened, it's happening. I feel like more people are waking up, more and more people are coming to me from years ago, that when I first opened up about this was 2014. And man, I opened up and I went public and I just put myself on display. I'm like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
And it taught me everything. It taught me everything because in 3 years, I had pretty much every belief system walk by me and allow me to know exactly what they thought of me. And it toughened me up. It made me stronger. It made me happier. It made me everything because I couldn't deny the truth. No matter what they said, that it went completely against most people's belief, I can't deny that this is my truth. So, and I know the comfort and peace that it's brought to a lot of people that they wouldn't have had before. So it's worth it. It's just, I don't like the spotlight. I like to be in the background and pushing people forward and making everyone else look better. But it matters to let people know that are like this. Mostly that's the next book I'm writing. I feel like I played it safe with Welcome to Awakening. It was more my trying to explain myself the best I can because shit's going to hit the fan when this comes out for some people. And it did. It rocked a lot of people's world, especially mine. And I can't take back anything. It's the truth. But I knew there was another book that I wanted to write, and I just couldn't wait, to hurry up the first one. And the funny part is I started writing the book to really, everyone kept saying, I wish I had a pocket version of you. And I'm like, I need to write a book. I need to leave this great advice. So just turn to the book and stop bothering me. So that's how it started out. And then as I'm writing, I'm like, wow, I am literally proving everything to myself along the way. I hope and I know I have reached people with it, but mostly it was for me. Mm-hmm. I really found myself in those pages and could love myself like never before.
I feel like that is the case for a lot of people in this experience, that when they really put themselves out there, well, you did it in a book, but whichever way that looks like, you feel like you're doing it to help other people, which isn't saying it's not true, but it always ends up benefiting you. It always teaches you something more about yourself.
Right. I always say that. I feel like everyone that's ever come to me, whether it's face-to-face or over the phone, I see myself. I always do. There's no judgment unless I'm judging myself. And I gave that up years ago because that got me nowhere. So I want them to know I can see everything. I can see their hurt and their sadness and all of that. And I can move them forward very quickly if they'll allow their own life to get better and stop believing that, when's the next thing going to happen? What else is you're creating this, you're really in charge. And that's the biggest thing I'm trying to teach people is how to empower them to guide themselves. Stop looking so much on the outside for all these answers and gurus that are going to tell you the right thing,
right?
Or someone that's going to give you the magic pill. Not going to happen.
Right.
It's an inside journey.
It definitely is. But we're so conditioned to reach outside of ourselves for the answers, by asking other people or having different situations or experiences happen so we can be validated in what we're really feeling.
Exactly. And it's part of the path anyway.
Yeah.
I think that's
part of the growth.
Excuse me. I think that's part of everyone's journey is initially you start searching for the ultimate authority outside of you. Mm-hmm. We're taught to believe in a higher power of some sort and a big picture happening that is maybe predestined, maybe not. I really know if you stick to universal truth, it makes so much sense. It really does. What you put out there is what you get back. You really want to operate from an ultimate mindset. That I wrote an entire chapter about that because people have no clue, even though they can lip the words, that their thoughts are creating everything. And it's not those fleeting thoughts. It's not this, that, and the other thing. It's the ones that they really hold on to and, lock in. And that will eventually create the energy that you're most focused on. So I have learned to bite my tongue a lot just because everyone's on their own path. I can't speed people up.
Why would you bite your tongue? Why would you? Because you can say what I feel like. You just speak your truth. They're going to accept it or not. Why do you feel like you need to do that?
Because they haven't asked for my opinion.
Oh, so it's not in like a client.
It's something I can see, right? And there's nothing I can say because I know they don't want to hear it, for one. And it's not my place. It's not my business. Just because I can see what's immediately lining up for them. Would I tell them if they were in danger? I think they already know.
Yeah.
They know.
Or they'll know when they need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cousin always said, people come to you when they're ready to feel better. Until then, they are going to stay in whatever they need to stay in until they figure it out. And then you can help them to the next level. And I'm like, that makes a lot of sense because I felt honestly used for most of my life because it was just like, call me for advice. Okay, I got to go. It was never about me.
Yeah, I could see how that would be a thing.
Yeah, and I still deal with that. It's difficult, and I think it would be difficult to be friends with me. It's just they know I can see them, and not everyone is at that level of self-awareness that they're ready to just be seen.
Do you feel if you gave unsolicited advice or,
I have been slapped.
Really?
Yeah.
I was going to say, but don't you think like even if they weren't ready, they're going to contemplate it on some level or put it on a shelf and maybe look at it later. Either way, it's going to assist them somehow in their journey. I can understand I can respect the boundaries and what you're saying, but like for the people you are really close to and love and care about, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah. If I definitely knew that there was something that I needed to speak up about, I absolutely would, and I would pull them aside and do it that way, and then let the chips fall where they may. But there's a lot that you can when you can see a little bit ahead, you can save people a lot of time in heartache, in this misbelief that there's someone out there that is your forever soulmate, and it's that loving connection that you're going to have for the rest of your life, and you're not really complete until you find this person, and we all know that that's kind of bogus, and yet everyone is still in that pattern,
in that fairy tale.
They're waiting for the validation of their true love.
Yeah,
and
it's right here. It's inside.
It's you.
Yeah,
and then find that matching mind mate. There's nothing like someone that completely gets you. You don't have to think completely alike. That's a little boring. Right. But if they get you more than they don't, man, you got it made.
Right.
Especially when you're weird like me.
It is a little more challenging to find someone
who gets you.
Yeah. It really is. And
I got to give props to my boyfriend.
Well, obviously you guys have a good thing going on.
Yeah. Well, we met at the UFO convention.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a great so funny. Place to meet.
He introduces me. I'm like, he likes me because I'm weird. But he is extremely intelligent. And that was one of the first things that drew me to him was he was wacky and weird and probably one of the smartest people I've met. So it was pretty much an instant attraction and just kind of go with it. Don't label it anything. Neither one of us were keen on marriage and that whole routine and pattern. So we've been together for a year and it's been a blast.
Yeah, it's more fun when you don't put a title or label on it.
No.
Just be in the present moment with each other.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Gave me a toe ring. I think that's about as far as it's going to go.
That's so cute. And, it is what it is. That makes you happy. That's all that matters.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's been a lot of trauma and tragedy, but I feel like I'm living the dream now just because I allowed myself to walk through it. I did.
Well, and do you feel like you're so living the dream and you're so happy in your life because you are authentically you now?
Definitely. I get to be me
you
every day, all day, whether people like it or not.
Yeah, and there's freedom in that as well. Like, I'm who I am, and it doesn't matter what you guys think of me.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't that part of what we are meant to experience, that freedom of just being ourselves?
Yeah. It's like I still care what people think just because I care so much about people that I never want my words to, like, I never want to leave a person feeling worse than when I entered. I always want them to feel better. So I think I scrutinize that too much. But for the most part, I'm trying to spread light and love and keep my mouth shut if anything negative comes up. That's what I mean by bite my tongue. Like, I can twist everything into a positive light pretty darn quick.
Yeah.
And
it's all in the delivery.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's tough with family, and I'm spending time with family, and I've learned that I've got to take myself out of situations when it just gets too overwhelming, because I see everybody, whether they're being seen or not. Mm. And the thing is I'm loving them. I'm just wanting them to love themselves.
That is the thing.
Yeah.
I know for me personally, I mean, we all have our own journey of coming back to ourselves and learning to love ourselves. Mm-hmm. That has been such a big thing for me the last several years. And it feels good to be where I'm at now. I know I could be better. We all could. But to be where I'm at now compared to where I was like a few years ago.
Right.
It's so neat, the process that happens in the growth.
And one of the biggest things is, and I tell people, because this was the part of my process that I had to really be disciplined about, was the self-talk.
Yes.
I was so self-critical. No one was harder on me than I was.
Yeah.
So I wanted to beat him to the punch. And then come from a place of complete humility. And it's like, nobody knows the torture I put myself through. But when you change that voice in your head to having your back and being your own coach, I'm like, my God, I'm a life coach.
Yeah.
Hello, coach yourself. And when I caught myself, and I knew instantly from the thoughts and the words that I was telling myself how that felt, mm-hmm. and the immediate connection and the mind, body, spirit thing. Mm-hmm. And man, when you start becoming more and more aware, you can't do it to yourself anymore.
Right.
You can't. You just don't want to feel bad anymore.
Right. Exactly. That is exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. Plus, there is a question in the chat room which goes right in hand with what you're talking about. Do you have trouble following your own best advice?
Not so much anymore. And I always know when I'm not following it. Mm-hmm. Like, I knew in every part of the book, because it's kind of about how to be the perfect human if you want to break it down, but not, because we all know we're not perfect. I knew every part that I wasn't living yet. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, I had to get real when I wrote my own book. And that's when relationships ended. Got turned inside out, upside down. My life has completely changed since the book came out. So I couldn't put it out there and claim it if I wasn't living it. And I knew that. And I believe I wrote the book for that reason too. I was tired of living lies. Mm. Whether I said it verbally, which I never did, my family will say I'm the most honest person you've ever met. I was still not living my authentic truth. I wasn't being me completely and allowing myself to just be a free spirit and not have any restrictions, and allow myself to know that you outgrow relationships. You don't stay forever out of loyalty. That was a tough one. I'm about the most loyal person out there.
Especially when you want that person in your life, but you know that they're damaging for you.
Yeah, that it's gotten completely unhealthy. Mm-hmm. And, I'm coaching all these relationships, and that's my favorite coaching is couples readings, because I get to explain to the other one in front of them exactly how they see. And it's immediate validation. It's amazing, because it's the words that they wish they could pick when they're in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
And everyone goes on with a new plan. And I absolutely love it.
That's really neat.
So I don't know where I started with that, but
I want to talk about the relationship stuff, most definitely. But before we go to break, because we're on this part, there's another question. Do people expect you to play it safe or take a risk? And I think that's a really great question, especially now that you've put yourself out there.
Mm-hmm.
And you've also said at times you hold yourself back.
Right. So do people expect me to take a risk in my own life? Is that what you mean? Or
I'm assuming
or in my
it wasn't
readings?
that detailed.
I should probably know.
I mean, I'm in general. Let's just say in general.
I think people are glad that I'm doing what I'm doing and taking a risk because, for the most part, let's say that, I think it embarrasses my son. But
to clarify, they said in your own life.
Okay. Yes. I think more than take risks, I think that they expect me to really live kind of this perfect life. And, I'm spewing out this stuff that's coming through me and it's amazing information. Mm-hmm. And then I screwed up. Like, the truth came out and my relationship wasn't perfect and I was protecting someone that I should have been, and I don't regret anything, but I feel like I was held to such a high standard just because I pretty much hold myself there. And I think it was difficult mostly for my family to see just how much I deal with on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. My own life can be in chaos, which I don't live there anymore. I just refuse to get caught up in it, even though my son still struggles with addiction. Everyone's got their stuff going on. But I don't have to live everyone else's pain anymore. Mm-hmm. And that's the biggest thing is I've learned how to love without pain. And I didn't think I could do that ever.
Oh, that hits home.
Yeah.
That hits home. We are Soul Wandering with Renee, Johanna this evening. And we, of course, are just getting started. So make sure you guys stay close. We'll be right back here in a few short minutes after this break.
Hey, KGRA family, are you looking to show the world that you're a true believer? Well, shop now at thesaucerbrand.com. They've got something for the whole family. Jackets, hoodies, shirts, and hats, and so much more. And now's your last chance to use promo code KGRA for $10 off when you spend $50 or more at thesaucerbrand.com. Your new source for official and authentic ufology-inspired essentials made right here in the USA. And don't forget, use promo code KGRA at checkout and get $10 off when you spend $50 or more. Believe in style and elevate your craft at thesaucerbrand.com. And look for them at The Alien Con, June 21st through the 23rd.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week, she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
Hi,
it's AJ from Vibes, Mind, Body, Spirit. Have you been searching for unique items to create or add to your sacred space? What about tools for your holistic healing? Or those one-of-a-kind magical ingredients to manifest your desires? Well, look no more, because Vibes has a variety of items to assist you in your spiritual journey. From crystals to candles, incense to books, tapestries to jewelry, OnlineVibes.com has what you're seeking. We even have some thoughtful and mindful gifts to share with your friends and family too. Visit us at OnlineVibes.com from the comfort of your home, or give us a call at 385-244-1099 to have your order beautifully packaged and sent directly to you or a loved one. And right now, take advantage of the coupon code KGRA at checkout to receive 15% off any order. Remember, online, VIBEZ.com.
Hey, is that a new music app?
Yeah, check it out. Surfer Music Discovery. It links to thousands of online stations, but the twist is you see the song names and artists that are now playing live.
That's different. No guessing. Looks like a waterfall of music.
So many formats. Rock, oldies, country, R&B, jazz, and a whole lot more.
How's that spelled?
Surfer. S-U-R-F-R.
Is it expensive?
It's free. No need to sign up or sign in.
Get the Surfer Music app free from Google Play or the App Store.
Balance of Nature's fruit and veggie capsules contain 100% fine-ripened fruits and vegetables, tested pure with no pesticides, fillers, or additives of any kind, and are the most effective whole food supplements on the market today. You might ask, how can over 10 servings of 31 different fruits and vegetables fit into 6 vegetarian capsules? Fruits and vegetables are on an average 85% water. Balance of Nature uses cold vacuum technology to remove the water, leaving only the whole food. We don't use any heat, air, or light drying methods that damage nutrients. Our cold vacuum technology maintains 99% of the fresh fruits and vegetables' original nutritional value. Along with diet and exercise, Mother Nature provides fruits and vegetables to help us maintain good health.
To order, go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751 and use discount code TALK.
KGRARadio.com is your conference connection station.
Hello, welcome back to Soul Wanderings, hosted here on KGRARadio.com. We are wandering with our guest this evening, author and intuitive, Renee Johanna. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So we are learning about you, and it's neat from the beginning. Right away, you have stood, I don't want to say power in an ego way, but you've stood in your power. This is who I am. And I also love how humble you are, where you've been, and how you used to think and feel versus who you are now, and the shift and the changes you've made.
No, thank you.
It's really neat.
Good, thank you.
I love watching people, like in my experience every day, walking in one way and then watching their growth as they continue to come in, doing the classes and the sessions, and watching them blossom. Yeah. It's really a neat experience.
It's so funny because you know when people are getting it when they start becoming calmer.
Yes.
There's an easiness and a breeziness, and there's a light in their eyes that wasn't there before. And it seems like you do start slowing down more the more you wake up. It's funny, and you actually get more done.
Why do you think that is?
Because you're very aware. Here's the weird part. You're very aware that there's no time and space, and yet you're very aware of time and space. So now you've got it licked. You're pretty much ahead of the game. Like, you're understanding how life works, and that it's all like moving in perfect motion, and that all you really got to do is go with the flow of this. The hardest part, how do I go with the flow of this?
Yeah.
You go inside. Like, you really got to check yourself along the way. And if you're not, I always say, if you're not having fun, why are you doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, really make a plan always to have the time of your life, no matter what you're doing. Your work should be fun. Your fun should be work. Like, I don't know the difference anymore. I really don't.
That's so cool.
I really don't. I love what I do. I'm so passionate that I'll break away from, we had a trip to Lagoon today. Is that the name of it?
Yes.
Lagoon.
Yep.
An amusement park here. And at the same time, we delayed it a little bit so I could do a phone reading for a half an hour. Both equally fun for me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a little kid in both situations. So that's what everyone's like, you never stop working. Well, I don't know the difference anymore. If I'm having fun, who cares?
Isn't that the ultimate goal?
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And you talked about going in. One of my favorite, I have several, but the only way out is in.
Yep.
One of my favorite quotes. And it hits home because, again, going back to that seeking for answers outside of ourselves when everything is already inside.
There. Yeah.
It's already here.
I mean, I always tell everyone, go ahead and seek all these different paths. It's part of your process, but all paths will ultimately lead to the same place, and it's love. It's love. It's love for one and all. We're all the same person, basically. We're all from the same source. It's a source of energy of love. And there's nothing really wrong here, and people will never be able to understand that really completely because you just look around and you see all this bad.
Right. Well, and are we meant to know or experience that ultimate vibration of love here in this human experience? Do you feel
I hope so. That's my goal.
Right. I know that's our goal.
Exactly.
But
are we meant to?
Yeah. Are we meant to feel
I
it
truly
fully?
believe completely my own belief system, and I'm getting it from dead people, so take it for what it's worth. But it's definitely a recycling process. Like, there's old souls here and there's pretty new souls here.
Yeah.
And it's a world of duality. So you're seeing the yin and the yang of everything. You really are. We wouldn't know happiness without sorrow. We really wouldn't know. It's just like night and day.
Right.
So you have to just go with this and move in the direction of turning all of your burdens into blessings. And I know it just sounds like sunshine and roses, but really, you're going to be so much happier in that garden. Trust me.
Sounds so cliche because we're like, without the light, we can't have the dark. And without the dark.
It's true, though.
It's very true. And if anyone listens to my show, they always know I'm like, love is the answer, everyone. Just come back to love.
It is.
It's the highest form of vibration we can experience.
It is. Love, and I mean...
And it sounds hokey, but it's so true.
And I
really
mean
is.
love for everybody.
Right.
Like, there's no separation. Yeah. I don't care what crime, what evil act anyone's done. Unless you have true love for everybody, you're not quite there yet. And that's okay. Everybody's on their own journey. It's hard to hold yourself in a place of love for everybody. It's been a lot of torture for me, by the way, because I've allowed a lot of negative behavior in my life because I constantly see the best.
Well, right. And you can love someone and not have them in your life.
Yes. Didn't know that.
Yeah. That's another thing we learned.
Didn't get that memo. I didn't know you could love without pain.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can love from a distance. And I do love quite a few people from a distance. Not because there's anything wrong with them, but perhaps I just feel better about me when there's more of a separation. And that's really the goal, is I want everyone to feel great about themselves, including me now. And I never used to include me.
The most important.
Yeah. So I think that was the biggest, honestly, that was the biggest rocking of the boat, is I got selfish in a lot of people's eyes.
Let's talk about that some more. I've had a lot of guests who have talked about being selfish and the difference between that and self-love.
Right.
But I like to hear everyone's perspective on it. So when you say becoming selfish, what does that look like for you?
When I say selfish, I say becoming more focused on my opinion mattering of me more than anyone else's, my happiness mattering more than anyone else's. And it's not so much that, I'm going to cut in front of you in line so I can be happy and you're not. It's never about that for me, never will be. I've got to remember that I'm still in this human race, that it's not about just, getting everyone else to the finish line and I don't really care where I end up. I've done that. I've made some pretty awful decisions because I really saw things in too big of a picture sometimes. And I know when you die, you don't take your toys with you. I knew that when I was 4. So I'm like, why is there this race to the finish line? I don't get this. Mm-hmm. So it's always been a different process for me. And I feel like now I get to have fun. Now I get to, honestly, I'm reliving a childhood that I never participated in. I was always the observer, always observing everyone in the room to see what I needed to do to not be seen. And that's pretty much how I lived my life until a few years ago.
Until you came out of the closet.
Until I came out of the closet. The broom closet.
Oh, that's hilarious. You mentioned before we even went live tonight, you wanted to work with children and their abilities.
Yeah. Because, and especially now, I feel like I was telling you about, I feel like now they've changed the label that they gave all the kids of ADHD to autistic. And I always say, thank goodness. Thank goodness the autistic army is here because no one's going to talk them out of themselves. They're not going to be conformed like we all were. We were all lied to about what exactly is happening here. And we weren't allowed to just be our free spirit. And it's going to be completely different. So I want to really work with the kids that are struggling like I did to know what was wrong with us. And there was nothing wrong. And to not be medicated and to have, work with the parents so they're not taking them to the next psychiatrist and the next psychiatrist. And the kids are over medicated. They don't know if they're coming or going anymore. Mm-hmm. Everyone is. Everyone's on something.
Everyone.
Yeah. So
how do you look at children with autism? If it's not autism, what do you feel
that's just the human label that they're coming up with. It's more, it feels like an angel of armies. It really does. And necessary, I would say, yes. According to what's happening. I mean, we're destroying our own planet, that's for sure. We're destroying each other, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. We need to not, we really need these kids. We need kids that are not going to be talked out of their sole work of why they're here and not be put to sleep for the next 40 years.
Well, why do you think they are here and showing up in the way that they are?
To teach humanity pure unconditional love. And they're the best teachers.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Kids are in general.
Yeah. That's the only thing that's going to fix this place is a wave of unconditional true love.
Do you feel like the beings that are coming in now are more awake than they were when we came into this experience?
Absolutely. In my own family, it runs rampant in my own family. They don't get it. We're all nuts, and some of them are still not aware that they're doing this. That's why it's not that big a deal in my family because we're all doing it. So I'm noticing the kids that are coming in, and especially there's a set of twins, Addie, completely connected to my cousin Kelly, who died 3 years ago. Mm. So it's happening, and they're being allowed to verbalize it where I wasn't. Like I was looked at like I had 3 eyes. They're, going, oh, Addie's got to tell you something, or so-and-so's got to tell you something. They're excited that they're now getting to see what I see and be a part of that. And it's exciting for me. And I really, that's my go-to really is the kids. I really want to catch them before they buy into some belief that there's something wrong with them.
Right. Get conditioned out of their gifts.
Exactly.
There is a lot of that. Like for people our age, that's been their experience. So where I'm around a lot of readers and intuitives and things like that, I hear the same story over and over. They had these experiences when they were young. they were told they had active imaginations, or
right,
their imaginary friends weren't real, whatever it looked like.
Exactly.
And so they stopped believing in what they were experiencing.
Right.
And then usually through something traumatic or life altering, if you will, these gifts are shown to us again.
Exactly.
They come out of the hiding places we had them in, and present themselves.
It shows up somehow. I mean, for me, it was my dead grandma. And honestly, I think that's the only way I would have accepted this, because I was not in a world of looking for, tarot read, nothing. I didn't look in that, nothing. I really was looking into the medical profession to diagnose what the hell's wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a completely different world now. I think people are more aware than ever before that there's a big picture happening that is way more enticing than anything else that we've experienced so far. I think that's why people branch off into the unknown and the whole UFO experience type stuff, is because they want to know more than they know already. And they want to kind of put some pieces together, and what's going on after this? Where is everything leading?
We are becoming more inquisitive.
Yes. Not so much afraid anymore. Fear was the big block. Fear will always be the block. So once you release that, idea of, ooh, that's scary, it's, okay, that makes sense. Now what?
What do you feel about those who are older and, well, you have a son who has had addiction issues, but that type of situation, do you feel like people are medicating because they are having spiritual experiences and they're not quite sure what to
Absolutely.
do?
And my son is very, very connected, more so than me, and he knows it. We have telepathic conversations all the time. It's very strange. I'm writing about it in the second book, but he says heroin shuts it down.
Mm.
And I'm like, that honestly makes complete sense to me. Mm-hmm. But the whole thing is that's all his experience, and I know it, and I made peace with it a long time ago. For one thing, it would kill me if I didn't. Mm-hmm. But he, this truly is something that is his passion, as crazy as that sounds. It was my other son that, said, Mom, you got to stop driving yourself crazy trying to talk him out of a life that he loves. And I'm like, oh my God, you're right.
It's a way
he loves that lifestyle.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I can say to talk him out of it. He'll make the choice when he makes the choice.
Mm-hmm.
So I go ahead.
Oh, I didn't know if you were done. I want to say have, because, he's still very much with me, but my cousin who had and passed from an addiction,
mm-hmm.
I feel that way with him. We were really close, and I feel like he was, and I don't even want to say battling, but that's what it was going on. Some of those gifts, because he was so in tune with what other people were thinking and feeling.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't quite know how to handle it all.
You don't. You get a lot of, I always say I get downloads of information sometimes. It feels like extra thoughts. And I know I'm picking up other people's energy, their thoughts. I know it for sure now, because I've just had too much happen. Perfect examples are I will do a reading for a couple of people, and I'll start in on conversation. It won't feel like it came out of left field,
mm-hmm.
but at the same time, it's not necessarily a direction I would have gone. I'm just kind of going with it. And they're like, oh my God, we were just talking about that before we got here. It's as if I will pick up the rest of their conversation and run with it.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's all about energy. Call it what you want. Call it psychic. I don't know. But there's people out there that don't understand their gifts and their torture. And it is torture until you understand it. And even when you understand it, you don't know how to manage it. So that's been my process the last few years, is just, okay, now I get it. Now what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming out, and I know I can help people because I always have.
Mm-hmm.
But they want to know, how are you doing this? You know, how do we know you're doing this? Well, you just know if you talk to me for 2 seconds. And I still have skeptics in my life. I would say my boyfriend is one of my biggest skeptics. He's one of those that he likes evidence. He likes research and proven, you know, this and that. I'm not sure if my head's supposed to spin, and that'll be enough for him. And actually, he would say it has one time. But I think it's good for me. I think it's good when people challenge me to really get to the bottom of, you know, who I am and what I'm doing. And that helps me be more okay with it. If I know, like, I'll get, you know, people will come to me and, well, are you a medium? I don't know. I don't call myself that, but it happens. I have had people come through and it's been validated and it's been this amazing, incredible experience. Does it happen all day, every day? No. I think I would go nuts. How do you know who's alive and who's dead?
Well, you're obviously able to really work with the energy and set boundaries of when you are receiving things or when you need to not feel things, because that's part of the practice when you are an intuitive.
Yes.
So you don't go crazy.
Right. I think that is the biggest part of this, is just learning how to manage yourself and knowing, especially when you're so empathic, you're picking up exactly how other people feel to the deepest part of them. It's so confusing. You feel like it's your pain.
Yeah.
It's your grief. It's your sadness. It's your hurt. And you become an emotional sponge. And I felt like that. I felt literally like I was a chameleon, like I would turn into whoever I was around and literally feel like I became them somehow. And I never understood it. And so all of this makes complete sense now. But it would be nice to have someone there when you're a kid to, like, guide the way. You're not crazy. Come on.
That I feel like what you're onto something.
Yeah.
Working with kids when they're in this.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. When you're in this space, it's so important, especially now when we are waking up and those coming into this human experience are already awake.
Yeah.
To nurture that in them.
Well, I was telling my cousin's daughter, Katie, this the other day. I'm like, I really, truly feel like a ton of suicides are happening because of this, because people are gifted, truly gifted and different. And they're labeling schizophrenic. My cousin's labeled schizophrenic. He bought into the diagnosis and the medication. But I'm telling you, I've had the most incredible conversations with him. Out of anyone at the family reunion, I'm talking to the schizo. He's the one that makes the most sense to me. I don't believe in labels. That's why I call him schizo, and he knows it. He knows there's other dimensions. So I had someone come to me that I gave a reading, and she turned around on me and said, you know, in other countries, they would consider you like a god, or in other cultures, this is like they would worship you. And I'm like, well, thank goodness I'm here. I couldn't handle that. But
none of that spotlight stuff.
No, I truly feel like you pick your family, you pick the place, and you pick those situations where you are going to bring the light. And until you know really how to do this, it can eat you up.
Yeah, it really literally could.
You know, that's why I truly believe they say the good die young, is because you're doing some good work out there. You really are. It's just when you don't know how to manage your own mind, body, and emotions at the same time and allow your joy to really lead the way, it'll get you. It'll just zap you. It'll zap your body. I saw it happen with my cousin. So, on a positive note,
I'm all zapped, like literally zap.
Yeah.
Okay, but you were changing the subject, so we won't get into it.
But I do feel, I mean, the whole thing is I could talk about death and suicide all day. Yeah. It really does. It's not a downer for me, and I know it's an uncomfortable subject for people. It's probably why I do what I do. I always say I'm geared to the kids, the couples, because I love helping them understand each other, and the people in the 11th hour. I mean, bring the suicides, because I want them to have that last conversation to let them know I know it sounds cold. I don't have a vested interest either way, because I don't think that death is that bad. I don't. I want people to live a long life and be happy, of course. But if you're miserable and there's no other alternative, I really want to have that final conversation. And I honestly love it. I'm the one that thrives at the deathbed. It's not like oh, get me there. Something happens to me and I can't really explain it. My family has seen it. I'll sit there for days. It can be the most horrible functioning hospice situation. And it's like this bubble of light and love just completely embraces me. It's like I know the words to say. I know how, it just is amazing. So I'm like, why wouldn't you want to be the one there coaching people, not just through life, but through death? Why not? No one's getting out of here alive.
Right.
I hate to be
Literally.
a spoiler. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Literally, we're all going somewhere else.
So have a ton of fun. Like really, the secret to a long life is to be you. Be you, authentically you.
It's so frustrating because I get that now, but you think about all of the people, and I don't want to say it's a waste because it's a journey, as we know,
right? But
who aren't experiencing that now,
yes,
because they don't know yet just how easy it can be.
Well, I mean, think about it. You're really raised to watch people focus on the negative.
Mm-hmm.
Most people, we're worried about how we're going to pay the bills, how we're going to do this. We're worried about this. We're worried about our kids. Everybody's freaking worried.
Yeah.
And all that does is create negative energy and more negative energy and situations to worry about. I mean, that's where you're putting your energy. So instead of easier said than done, just freaking start practicing it.
Yeah. Baby steps.
Yeah.
One step at a time.
One day at a time, 1 minute at a time. Just redirect. And that's all you got to do. Just catch yourself.
Just remind yourself how powerful your mind is and what you can accomplish with just changing the words, the vibration of your thoughts.
Yeah. I always start people out. I love having these manifestation games because I want them to know how powerful their thoughts are.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, pick something random. Like just pick something, a pink butterfly in the most random place and just, let it go. Think about it now and then. Have a good thought about it. Let it go. See how long it takes, but guaranteed it'll show up. And start playing those games. Do it with parking spots. You get all that from the movie The Secret. Even when I was watching The Secret, I always thought, there's more than this. Like, I really want to know more, how to be happy than how to get the house, the car, and the babe, and the guy. There's more to life than this. Yeah. So when I started really diving into law of attraction and energy and all of that stuff, that's when I really resonated. I'm like, that's what I'm seeing. It's the invisible stuff. It's the stuff in between. It's the words that aren't said. It's the emotion. It's the energy. It's the love. The love.
It's the highest vibration. It's the good stuff. It's the good stuff. You guys are listening to Soul Wanderings on KGRAradio.com. Let's take a quick break and we'll return shortly to continue our wandering with intuitive and author Renee Johanna.
Around the world for decades have come high strangeness reports of mysterious aerial lights, beams, animal mutilations, human abductions, secret space and military programs focused on an alien presence. One reporter of these Earth mysteries is Emmy Award-winning TV producer, writer, and editor Linda Moulton Howe. She reports and edits the science, environment, and real X-Files news website, earthfiles.com.
We are moving from the paradigm that we are alone in the universe to a new one in which we are not alone. And something out there is interacting with us, our animals and plant life, forcing glimpses of other realities upon us.
Linda has produced 4 large books about these phenomena with hundreds of color images and illustrations that reviewers such as New York Times best-selling author Jim Marrs describes as an amazing accumulation of evidence. All her books, An Alien Harvest, the 2-volume Glimpses of Other Realities, and Mysterious Lights and Crop Circles, along with documentaries, are available in the shop at earthfiles.com.
This is Richard Dolan announcing a new exclusive content website, richarddolanmembers.com. I've been working on this for a long time. Unique weekly podcasts that you won't hear anywhere else, fresh articles and blog posts, a special video series entitled Off the Cuff with Richard Dolan, regular Ask Me Anything style live chat sessions, and more. This is a full-featured member site where you will get my insights, my updates, and be able to interact directly with me. To learn more, go to richarddolanmembers.com.
Hey, KGRA family, are you looking to show the world that you're a true believer? Well, shop now at thesaucerbrand.com. They've got something for the whole family. Jackets, hoodies, shirts, and hats, and so much more. And now's your last chance to use promo code KGRA for $10 off when you spend $50 or more at thesaucerbrand.com. Your new source for official and authentic ufology-inspired essentials made right here in the USA. And don't forget, use promo code KGRA at checkout and get $10 off when you spend $50 or more. Believe in style and elevate your craft at thesaucerbrand.com. And look for them at The Alien Con, June 21st through the 23rd.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way. KGRAradio.com.
You are listening to Soul Wanderings on KGRA Digital Broadcasting, Salt Lake City, Utah, Hudson Valley, New York. You can find Soul Wanderings here as well as many other platforms for your convenience, like TalkStream Live and iHeartRadio, Spreaker, YouTube, iTunes, just to name a few. There's several. Just take a look. Just search KGRA and make sure you guys do go to the new official KGRA Radio on YouTube for the latest show archives. But wherever you guys do find yourself joining us from, welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm happy to have you here wandering with us this evening. If you have questions for our guest, we are heading into the second hour of our wandering and still have time for you to ask. So make sure you hop into the chat room by going to kgraradio.com/chat. We're visiting with author and intuitive Renee Johanna this evening. She has written a book called Welcome to Awakening, How to Be Free in the Human Experience. You guys, I haven't taken the time to read it all. I've read a lot of it, and it's good. It's really good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I got this back in, was it March, April? And I have piles of books. And I knew you were coming, so I'm like, I need to get to that one. I need to get to that one.
I gotta do my homework.
Yeah. Well, not homework. You were telling me how good it was. And so I'm like, yeah, I want to read it. Plus, when I was reading it, I thought it was just your personal experience, but it's so much more than that. There are actually things in here that can assist you in your journey. Mm-hmm. The sharing of your experience is one, but there's more. There's stuff on manifestation and law of attraction and some of the things that you've been talking about. So, you guys, it's a really great book. You can find it on Amazon.
Yep.
It's on Amazon.
Through my website, reneejohanna.com.
Yep. And we'll repeat that here at the end of the show, but I recommend it. It's not a super quick read. It is a thick book, but it's 163 pages. That's a good size first book.
It's
girl.
The information in there, the depth of it is what people say. It's like you
That's
really
what I
got
was
to
gonna
process
say.
it.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is I wrote the entire book and I didn't really put in any of my personal experience. And I had someone read it who I knew would be very frank with me. And she is like, burn it. I'm like, what? And she goes, there's nothing of you in here.
Yeah.
We want to read about you. I mean, this is huge. So I'm like, okay, then I went back through and I put in all my,
I'm so glad you did that.
Yeah, as much as I could. But then I realized as I was writing it, and that's really when I started realizing and putting the pieces together for myself, is when I had to start putting my personal story in there. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's why I felt like that. Oh, yeah. So it all started making sense. It was truly a lot of tears. I mean, it took me 3.5 years to write it, not because it took that long. Well, I was working like crazy, but because I had to give myself breaks. I was reliving a lot of trauma that I thought I had dealt with and I didn't. And a lot of old memories that I wanted to know how to walk people through this. So I got to walk myself through it. And it was my own process and my own journey throughout that entire book.
What inspired you to write it to begin with?
My son, my youngest son, who is, I say struggling with addiction. I mean, it's full on his choice. There doesn't seem to be a struggle with that boy. But I knew if it was solely for me, it's like I want my words to be in a permanent place. Like if he never got one of these things that might have hit home, let me put it here. Like I said, I was writing the book for everybody else, especially my boys, but it ended up like saving my own life. Like I really allowed myself to be free through that book. I had to, if I was going to go out and preach it. Come on.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
goes back to that. The only way out is in.
Yep. My boys they've inspired me to do amazing things. So I've always kind of used them as my crutch when I couldn't even be my own go-to.
I can relate to that.
You grab onto whatever works until you just allow yourself to be free here. And that's when you really get to know what love feels like from the inside out. And it feels amazing. It's not an ego thing. I started laughing when you said, well, you told me your book was good. It's so funny because I want people to read the book for them.
It spoke to me when you said that because you're like, if she's saying her book is good, there's got to be some good.
And I say it to like certain people I know are going to get the value of what I put in there. So I'm like, oh, you're going to get something out of this. Not because I think it's the best book I've ever read, but because I know it's going to hit home. And there's a target audience I was going for. They're the thinkers. They're the deep old souls that are still kind of confused as to what their purpose is here. And I want to be that gateway for them. Any kind of guidance whatsoever, especially the kids. Kids are easier to get to. I mean, they're easier to just be real and raw with. And adults have just got so many layers you got to break down first for them to trust you. And luckily, you know this too. You're one of those people will bare your soul to, and it's complete strangers. It's just, we're those people. So it's not that hard for people to trust me, but I know it is for most to trust everybody else.
What are some things that you would recommend to someone who was in that space of wondering, what is my purpose? How do I find out why I'm here? And what does that look like for me?
Right. Those are the ones I love best because they're probably the hardest because they already know a lot of information. They've really looked at a lot of different avenues and mastered a lot of abilities, and they still feel like they haven't completely found their calling or their purpose here. There hasn't been this deep soul satisfaction yet. So those are the ones that are ready to take everything to the next level. And it's just getting them to release those final blockages, really. It's any old fears, any old patterns, any old crap that still blocks the rest of them. And that's what I love the most is it's kicking that in the butt and just letting go. They know I see them immediately because I've described them perfectly and I don't know them. So now they're going to allow me to take them to the next level, which is where I live in the big picture. That's why I fall down so much. I do. I'm so accident prone because I get lost in the energy sometimes. Mm-hmm. It's more fun there. I always say the dead people are so much nicer because it's the real energy. It's the real and the raw. It's the love. It's the highest consciousness, wisdom, call it whatever you want. But I'm telling you, it is the same message for everybody. It's always the same wisdom for everybody, regardless of the situation. It always breaks down to the same thing. Go inside, give yourself this pep talk, and really allow yourself to just be you. Stop trying to fall into a pattern. The people that have the biggest struggle with passion is because they're looking so hard. It's so right there in their face. Everything that they do naturally and what they've been doing, they just think it's got to be this logical, practical, strategic next step. And how do you make that into a livelihood? You just say, I'm going to. Like, this is going to unfold perfectly. I mean, who comes out of the closet and sets up in an old mining town and says, come to me and I can read you in 10 minutes? I mean, who does that? I did it.
Who does that?
Yeah. You can do anything.
You can do anything you want. What about, well, you say that, and we ended our last hour with talking about the power of your thoughts and your mind. So, because in the book you've shared in a little bit tonight, talk to me more about the law of attraction.
So, for me, also known as the law of love, it's the main energy flow between every single human. That's why we crave it. That's why it feels so good. That's why people seek that falling in love experience. And that's what I really encourage is people to fall in love, not just with other humans, but life, the work. I hate saying that word because it just doesn't feel like work, but the work that you do, the passion that you have, fall in love with everything that you're doing. Fall in love with being a parent. Do it to the best of your ability. It goes by so fast. Then you get to move into the next level of you. I had that talk with my cousin's daughter, Nicole. It's just everyone's in such a hurry. They think that they're missing something. They're missing the magic ingredient. What are oh my God, I can't tell you how many people have asked me what the lottery numbers are. Are you serious?
Oh, I'm sure.
Seriously. So if I knew, I wouldn't be talking to you. When it's about energy, and it truly is about full belief. So I'm telling you, the person out there in the strongest belief of that lottery ticket is the winner. Truly. It is about bringing the energy back to you that you want to receive. And that's what you got to put out there. You can't be, like I always say, it's so easy to be nice to people. It's so much easier to be nice to everyone than to pick and choose who deserves your kindness. That's BS. Be kind to everybody, even
so judgmental.
Seriously, and especially when they're not kind to you. That's the big test right there. Can you do it then? That's when you're really standing in a level of wanting to operate from love, no matter what. And it does take a lot of courage. But when you understand that life really works best when you understand the universal truth. I mean, the law of attraction is happening whether you realize it is or not, just like the law of gravity. So the more you understand it, the more you'll realize that it's flowing through you, to you, through you. And it's just the more you flow with this, the better it goes. The more health you have. I'm not one that worries, and I've got plenty to worry about. If I rattled off, if we threw it out there, probably I don't think anyone would take my list. So I refuse to live like that anymore. We talked about that. It just doesn't feel good anymore. You really get good at getting yourself back on track when you felt good for a while. You've got that momentum going of, you know what? I realized that person I used to be was completely suicidal, and I completely understand why. I am not that far from those thoughts and those memories that I've forgotten. However, I completely understand living two different worlds in one lifetime. Completely. Heaven and hell is completely on earth. I'm a living proof, lived it. And we choose.
Mm-hmm.
I can live hell anytime I want. If I want to dive into the madness and, look around and watch the news and, oh, everyone's dying of this and that. Well, we're going to die of something. I'd rather just have a kick-ass time and then go to sleep. I'm done. Good night. Yeah. That's pretty much my plan at 100.
But there are so many people I know, because I get messages all the time. How do I be happy? How do I do this?
It's so hard. And that's the biggest question out there is, how do you love yourself? Everyone knows that's the key. They've been told their entire life, you got to love yourself. How? Where is that coming from when you haven't been there for a really long time, if ever?
Right.
When you've really, really been pretty mean to yourself or allowed other people to do it. But most of the time, you were the worst.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I started in the beginning with that self-talk is you have to make this new commitment to yourself that you're going to be good to you. Like you're going to be the best partner you've ever had. Excuse me. I was screaming at Lagoon today on the rides. And that you will have your own back. Like you're not going to condemn yourself. You're not going to apologize for being you. You're not going to, and write these things out, right? How you want to treat yourself. We spout out how everyone else should be treating us in relationships, but look how we treat ourselves. They're going to match how we're treating ourselves. They're not going to keep pulling us out of the mental anguish. They try, but it ultimately comes down to everyone makes the decision how they're going to think and feel.
Right.
And just know when you're at this whole anxiety and depression and, oh my God, I'm diagnosed with this and that and the other thing, I'm sorry, it's BS. Nobody's got anything. It's just compounded fear upon this, upon that, and I got a pill for this, and this can take care of that. I haven't met one person on medication that is truly awake and aware. Most of them are on complete nothing or completely natural substance.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny because the more evolved you are, the more you just kind of naturally seek natural.
Mm-hmm.
Like one night I was like a Diet Coke junkie. I had those big gulps all the time. It was almost like overnight I lost the taste. Barely drink it anymore. And it was just like this natural progression after that of almost craving real and raw food and just wanting to feel better all the way around. And I always tell people the goal is just, first of all, stop beating the crap out of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to feel like crap if you beat yourself up. You just will. And then when you allow other people around to echo the voice, that makes it worse. It's almost easier to, blame it on everybody else then instead of yourself so you don't have to take ownership.
Right.
But you're the voice in your head at night. You're the one waking up and telling yourself how you're going to start your day. So I say get rid of the freaking medication as fast as possible.
Do you feel like there's some medication that's necessary, though?
It's about quality of life.
Yeah.
And it always will be. And I know there's certain people that they do have a better quality of life when they're on the medication.
Yeah.
But I think it's just
medication is overly prescribed.
Oh my gosh.
We're being numbed.
Mm-hmm. It's just like this robotic energy.
I was there.
Yeah,
I am
me
very
too.
aware of it.
Me too. I was diagnosed everything. I mean, they ran out of labels and medication. They seriously did. I'd go back and go, no, I'm still suicidal. And I'm like, just give up. I was trying to convince them to give up because it was a losing battle in my mind. And so, that aha moment of, oh my God, I have been so mean to myself this entire time when I just wanted to save the world. Yeah. I always said that when I wouldn't have saved the world. I don't know how. But I couldn't save myself. Like I saw myself talk to adults with words that I didn't know how I was soothing them. The words just came through, but I could never do it for myself. And that was the intervention from my grandma was, you got to do this. You got to be the healer for you. If you plan on doing what you came here to do, it starts with you.
It sounds oddly familiar.
Yeah. And you don't mess with grandma.
No. Gotta love those grandmas. You had mentioned earlier about couples readings being your favorite. And before our first break, I think we were going to talk about it after that, but we kind of went off track a little bit.
I do that. I go off in many directions. I think it was a little bit of both of us, but I'm interested in it because we are so good at sabotaging our relationships and making assumptions and having expectations. And I feel like there's a lot of great people connecting, but they're not knowing how to hold on to that connection. Yep. That's what you fall in love with. You truly fall in love with not only the other person's soul, but your own. And that's what I tell people is you have this instant attraction for this mirror image of you that you need to see right now. And it's equally true. And that's the falling in love experience. And if you can hold it in that amazing light of, let's just ride this out. Like I'm trying to. By no means do I have a perfect relationship. Ask my boyfriend. I lose my stuff sometimes, and I see my old patterns sneak up on me still. Yeah. I'm like, I'm a freaking relationship coach.
Well, yeah, you go back to old patterns and behaviors.
Yeah, and I'm a runner. And so when you choose not to run anymore, you're like, now what?
Now what do I do?
I got to be seen. I feel really exposed and vulnerable. That's the thing is you learn to shed your armor, and it's terrifying because it's protected you for so long. You take on these roles of the perfect this or the perfect that, or she's always the good one. And when you take down this final, I always call it the final frontier, and that final layer that's been protecting you the longest, you do feel completely exposed to just either shrivel up and die or finally be free. It's like your shell has been taken away and it's time to fly. And it's terrifying, but that's the moment that you get to be really alive here, really here to have fun. And honestly, that's the message from the dead people is we are supposed to be having fun.
I love how you say that. The dead people.
Well, what do you want me to call them?
No, I just love it. It's so different than what I've heard before. But yeah, when you can even be like in that place with another person,
yes,
there's just so much more magic that happens when you're with someone you can be yourself with.
Yes, that's what everybody craves. Honestly, that's what they long for, and that partner that they think is out there for them, or the one that they're with. Am I right that with the right person? It is, I tell everyone, it's all about connection. And honestly, the connection can change. You grow, you change. I wrote a lot about that in my book, is this setup to get married when you're 20, and that's going to last until you're dead? Seriously? No. There's a lot of growing and changing. I think differently than I did. Maybe yesterday sometimes.
Absolutely.
So you really got to have your game going on to make that last with another person, and hopefully they got their game going on, or you just shut up and you live miserably.
Exist.
I see a lot of people like that. They say, I'm never going to be that couple sitting across from each other. They don't say one word. They just eat and go home. I'm like, so sad.
It is sad.
I still want to have fun. I still want to get to know you, even after 50 years.
Well, because there's always relearning. Like you said, we're not the same that we were yesterday or last week or last year.
Yeah.
There's always this relearning of one another. And I always call it like diving in deep, like swimming in the depths. Let's go learn each other more.
Yeah.
Because there's always something.
I think, most people, they live in a world of slowly letting themselves be seen piece by piece, emotion by emotion.
Yeah.
I really feel like there's going to be, I really hope I see it. I don't want to die before this happens because I can see it happening. It's a new level of humanity that isn't afraid to be seen. Yeah. Like really genuine conversations.
I feel that's coming also.
I mean, I'm doing it. They may walk away and go, she is freaking nuts. Yeah. But as long as I'm having a good time, I really don't care anymore.
Right.
Like, I know it's
so freeing to get to that place where you're like, I really don't care what you feel.
And by far, most people are looking for the one that they can be that real with.
Mm-hmm.
They really are. They just need someone to open it up. And I can't believe the number of people that have come to me with their freaky stories. And I can't believe I was so scared to tell mine and think that people weren't ready to hear it. And that's why I said I played it safe in my book. I didn't really go as far as I want to go. And the things that I've lined up and the signs and the symbols, I've always read dreams. I've always understood dreams perfectly. But I didn't know why. I didn't know how I knew. I just knew that when someone come to me with their dream, even when they were little, I would know exactly what was going on in their life. I would know how they felt. I would know there was certain situation happening, and no one, that was just kind of my thing. They called me Doc, some of my friends. And then as I, grew, and now that I totally know that I'm tapped into something, I can start lining up some certain patterns about this. Like there's signs and symbols that I already know. When they start lining up, I can tell people and help them. But it is really all about energy. Like when people are like, oh, she's the fortune teller. It's not about telling people their future. And I was really adamant about that in the beginning. I was really resistant when they would say, oh, I'm afraid to talk to you. I'm afraid of what you're going to say. I'm like, you really want to hear this? Like, this is good stuff.
Right,
I am
but
telling
they're still
you,
in charge of their reality.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm telling you the best of you, and it's not BS because you know you.
Mm-hmm.
And how do I know you? Like, you just sat down in front of me. So I'm like, you want to hear this stuff. It's good stuff. I also can see any pain. I know of any blocks, but we don't have to live there anymore if you don't want to. I certainly don't want to live there with you. Mm-hmm. Like, I really hold no judgment of people. There is nothing I'm going to judge. I swear I've seen myself behave really badly, and I don't beat myself up anymore. Why would I beat you up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a really wonderful place that you're in, that you're able to come from and assist other people in their journey, being so unconditional and non-judgmental.
I think you really, for me, I would want someone like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I've had a lot of people, my daughter goes to this psychic and she won't even make a decision without her. And I'm like, that's a bad rap kind of thing. But I just know that it was never, my intention was never about that. It was never about being seen and being on a stage and, wow, look at what I can do.
People.
Yeah, I'm trying to save some lives. Like, seriously.
I feel that from you.
Yeah, thank you.
We're going to take our last break for the evening. And when we return, we'll get to share some more time with Renee Johanna.
Hey, KGRA family, are you looking to show the world that you're a true believer? Well, shop now at thesaucerbrand.com. They've got something for the whole family. Jackets, hoodies, shirts, and hats, and so much more. And now's your last chance to use promo code KGRA for $10 off when you spend $50 or more at thesaucerbrand.com. Your new source for official and authentic ufology-inspired essentials made right here in the USA. And don't forget, use promo code KGRA at checkout and get $10 off when you spend $50 or more. Believe in style and elevate your craft at thesaucerbrand.com. And look for them at The Alien Con, June 21st through the 23rd.
This is Richard Dolan, and I want to brag for just a second about the incredible authors I publish under Richard Dolan Press. Some of the most innovative and well-researched books in the field of UFOs and beyond that you'll find anywhere in the world. incredible UFO encounters, the cover-up, the experiences by ordinary people, Russian UFOs, psychic phenomena, consciousness, synchronicities, and owls. Yeah, it's all there, and it's all fascinating reading because I would never publish a book that isn't. To learn more, go to richarddolanpress.com.
Hi, it's AJ from Vibes, Mind, Body, Spirit. Have you been searching for unique items to create or add to your sacred space? What about tools for your holistic healing? Or those one-of-a-kind magical ingredients to manifest your desires? Well, look no more because Vibes has a variety of items to assist you in your spiritual journey. From crystals to candles, incense to books, tapestries to jewelry, OnlineVibes.com has what you're seeking. We even have some thoughtful and mindful gifts to share with your friends and family too. Visit us at OnlineVibes.com from the comfort of your home or give us a call at 385-244-1099 to have your order beautifully packaged and sent directly to you or a loved one. And right now, take advantage of the coupon code KGRA at checkout to receive 15% off any order. Remember, online, VIBEC.com.
On the next episode of Recipes for Disaster.
So we've got our neighbor Paul coming over tonight for a barbecue, which is why I prepared a delicious lemon rosemary steak marinade from my special collection of old family recipes. To make sure the steaks are extra, extra, extra tender, I left them marinating out on the counter overnight, just like Nana used to.
Maria may mean well, but without food safety, it never ends well. Always thaw or marinate foods in the refrigerator at 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below, or you could make your friends and family really sick. Maria's neighbor Paul didn't think twice about the steak he ate until he was presenting his company's financial forecast to the board. That's when a sudden bout of food poisoning made it explicitly clear that profits weren't the only thing on the rise. Watch Recipes for Disaster at foodsafety.gov. You'll learn the right steps as Maria does everything wrong. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
Your official contact for the best alternative talk on the planet. KGRARadio.com.
On KGRA Radio, I am AJ Rasmussen, your host of Soul Wanderings, and our guest this evening is this amazing woman, Renee Johanna. It's been so awesome wandering with you.
It's been fun. I can't believe we have talked like an hour and a half already.
It always goes by way too fast.
I'm like, I think it's been a blast, and it's been so interesting. Hopefully we have an audience.
Oh, of course. It's Soul Wanderings. We have a room full of chatters too, which also means we have some more questions. So here's kind of like a comment question. A lot of people like us are beginning to hum the same spiritual tune. Is this just my own observer bias, or is something special happening?
No, I truly believe that. Something especially very special is happening. When we talk about the shift and the whole waking up, I think that it already happened, that there's been also a lot of death and destruction that went along with that. There were souls that were ready to leave and needed to. So everyone now that's here and is really starting to question the human experience and look at things in a brand new light is going to have a completely different experience here for the rest of their life. And it's not even, call it spiritual. It feels higher than that. It feels bigger than that. It feels like this mass consciousness that's just going to take over. And the energy is just going to kind of have this ripple effect where you'll see people put down guns and all that kind of stuff. I know everybody thinks I live in this fantasy land, but I'm telling you, I'm getting these visions for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was the most negative person I knew my whole life, so there's something to this. And that's what keeps me going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you talk about death and that experience and being with people when they've passed and wherever they're passing through to, there's something that happens there that is magical.
Mm-hmm.
There's beauty, there's light. I mean, I can't tell you the countless near-death experiences I've heard where they had a hard time staying here after they came back. Like, they know where we're going. And I honestly think that's why you forget, because you probably wouldn't stay here long if you really knew what this whole big picture was about, and like the game's far from over.
Truth.
Just please have fun here. Like, really, everybody that is on that brink of being the real you, the authentic you, and wanting to have those amazing deep conversations in the most random places because it feeds your soul, do it. Like, do it. You you know by now the people that are on board with this.
Yeah.
I think that they're probably around in your circle and it's already happening. And I think those are the big draw to the UFO convention and the metaphysical fairs, and I see them all as the same thing. I really do.
Yeah.
People seeking a better way of life and a larger, broader understanding. But it always comes back to the same thing, that they have the most mind-blowing conversations that resonate in their soul. Like, it brings them back year after year. There's something to that. No one's afraid there. Like, you know, there's no real freak because we're all freaks. And it's true with the whole human race. I always say everyone's got their issues. Absolutely no one is perfect, including myself. Thank you. No one's done. You're not done yet. Like, you still get to make mistakes. You still get to grow. You still get to learn. It's less and less as time goes on and the more aware you become of yourself, because you're getting really good at managing you now. And you've got your back. You're telling yourself amazing things. You're not pumping yourself full of false information that you're not resonating with. That never worked for me. The whole positive affirmations thing.
Yeah.
Nah, didn't. I'd do it every morning and leave and just...
Well, there's a way of having a habit, and there's a way of really believing it.
Exactly, and that was the difference. I was one that I treated like the next thing, like, okay, I'll learn meditation if that's going to make me feel better. And it felt like a task list.
Yeah.
Like something, I did that. I'm still not happy, give me a pill. I think that's the majority of people out there. Like, they don't know how to get happy.
Right. Again, they're seeking outside themselves.
Yes, or another person. And that's the big dilemma with relationships, is there's a strong expectation for that partner to continually make you happy.
Right.
Even when you won't do it for yourself. That's
so
BS.
big. That is a big reason why relationships fail.
Mm-hmm. It's always the other person. So I say everyone's got to, pull up your big boy and big girl panties, own your stuff. Don't be afraid to say, I screwed up. I made a mistake. Let's move forward and have a new plan of action. That's the key. You can say, I'm sorry all day long. If you keep repeating, it means nothing.
Right.
So do something different. All this is practice. You don't wake up one morning. Well, some people do, but I didn't. It was a gradual experience of being kinder and kinder. It was a practice. I had to learn how to be kind to myself. And it wasn't easy. I was really good at being mean to me. And I felt like the need to punish myself. And I don't really know why. I don't know what I did that was so bad. But I always felt like I needed to be punished. So when you go to, how do I make myself feel happy? How do I love myself? You practice. You practice loving yourself. Like, really be nice to you. You know what it feels like when people are nice to you.
Mm-hmm. In that same regard of loving yourself and being nice to yourself, what about for those who challenge with allowing others to love them and be nice to them?
Right. Well, bottom line is they don't feel deserving of it, and they're afraid to get used to it because it can be taken away. Honestly, strong abandonment. So all of us seek deep connections and stronger love. We really do. We've just been taught to believe it's going to be found within another person. Mm-hmm. And that's that magical, light bright that's going to take us home forever. You really have to find that light for yourself. And I always say, don't even look for another person until you fall in love with your own life. Really. Find an avenue that just completely feeds your soul. It doesn't have to be about money or one other person, but it's something that just makes you want to do it and go in that direction as much as possible. What that does is manifest more and more things that match that energy and then some. And life just starts to unfold in front of you. It's not that hard work. We make it way too complicated.
We do. We're so good at it.
Yeah.
So good at it.
Everyone just be happy.
Just make a choice. Just do it. Just do it. Another question in the chat room. Do you feel religion impacts how people that are different are viewed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Big impact. Probably one of the biggest. Because, like I said before, this goes against a lot of people's beliefs. They don't even believe, in what I'm saying or doing or that I can do this or I might be a witch. I mean, I think according to the Bible, I might just be a witch. So when you know that you're in line with this and it goes against everything that you've been raised to believe, yeah, you're going to feel like the odd man out. You're going to feel like there's something different about you. And most will say they're the one that's wrong. Mm-hmm. Like majority seems to be the one that seems to be right in the human experience. So I must be wrong. And that's where I'm kind of glad that there was no religious direction in my family. In fact, my dad said he didn't want me going because they brainwash people. He just wanted to be the brainwasher. He didn't want me away from him. So I think that I was, I really was allowed to just find my own way that way. And I didn't have to battle a specific belief on top of, what is this inside of me that makes me so different? So the biggest thing for people, especially in families where you're the only one that is like you and everyone seems to think there's something wrong with you, it's critical that you find people that are like you. And I think that's the biggest draw for me to start working with kids is they need someone that can speak their language and explain this to the adults. Mm-hmm. And I know I was that kid. So, and they're right. They're right on in what they're saying. And I always know the ones. It was so funny when I was in Jerome, Arizona is where I opened up. I actually had a conversation with a 9-month-old. It was this complete telepathic back and forth. But man, the response and the back and forth was so accurate. And the parents knew. They were watching the exchange. And I wouldn't have believed it except for the parents because it just felt so natural and comfortable for me. I do that with babies all the time. But they're like, you are absolutely like that. This is unusual. And brought that little girl for 2 years. And every time we would have a new conversation. It was so amazing. Such an old soul. And I love that.
I love that when we come here, we've had so many previous experiences and that energy, even though we don't remember, that energy is still with us.
Well, and the thing is,
we are able to be new souls or old souls or experienced souls or whatever that looks like.
That's why I always say, follow the babies. Like they're still in line with the truth. They're still in line with complete spirit and what brought them here. And they're not afraid until they're taught to be afraid. And I've seen tons of babies and they look off into the corner and they start laughing like they're looking at someone.
Yeah.
Yes, they're looking at someone. It's true. The orbs are true. It's all true. It's just until you're really ready to open up and have this new experience, you're going to live in a world of fear, and that's okay. And we all go through that.
It always happens in perfect timing.
It does. It really does. I kind of hesitate to tell people, but I have seen time and time again that it's typically a near-death experience, something extremely traumatic that really brings you out of the darkness, that really kind of catapults you into this new light and this new beginning. And it's like, I don't want to scare people. And they're like, oh my God, when's that going to happen? I want this to happen. It's different for everybody, and it's a natural process. Right. So you don't even know, but it's a necessary part of detaching. I really think that the whole process in the human experience is learning how to detach enough from the details that you really get to enjoy each other. Mm-hmm. And I learned that best from my son, who is dabbles with drug addiction, because you talk about tough love and learning how to detach. If I wanted to live, I had to learn how to do that. And I've pretty much mastered it to the point that I'm afraid sometimes that I'm uncaring, because I really don't get caught up in other people's pain and sorrow. Like, I will cry at the drop of a dime, like at sadness and I feel that surge of emotion, but I don't go into this, oh my gosh, that's awful, or this is horrible. No,
I can relate.
Nothing's horrible. There's going to be a rainbow. Trust me.
Yeah, it's just blowing my mind. I'm sitting here listening to you like, wait, get out of my head.
Yes, I know. People say that.
Yeah, no, it's really neat. It's really neat what you do. So, okay, so I do have another question. Okay. It's not from the chat room. It's for our listeners, though, because I believe a lot of people are experiencing that they may have these abilities and they may have the gifts, and they're not quite sure what to do with them or how to get started or differentiate between that or feeling that they're going crazy or whatever that looks like.
Well, you call me at 6. No, it's true, though. You have to allow yourself to be seen enough with someone in your life that can start helping you validate this, because until you really start speaking it, there's not a lot of validation that goes on that can really take you past the point of coincidence, if that makes sense. It's more, you're going to process this on your own a lot and start paying attention to signs and symbols and lineup of things, and that happened and that happened. And then, and probably people already are validating for you. It's just going to be a process of really owning it for yourself and saying, yes, this is me. And honestly, people get so mad at me when I say we're all doing this, but we're all doing this. To some degree, we're all doing this. I just live here. This has been my strongest sense forever. I just didn't know it. It's stronger than my taste, my smell, all of it. My intuition comes first. That was my hurdle. So no one can really explain that to you, and how you allow yourself to open up to that. And I think I'm doing that for myself now too. So truly, the next book I write will not only be for the people that are starting to tap into their own gifts, but the ones, that, what do I do now? Or, oh my God, I thought something was wrong with me too. Maybe I am gifted. It'll be more a target on, here's the things to look for, because it's going to be bits and pieces. It's never going to be this moving furniture and making, stuff happen. It's just alarms will go off. I always say technology goes haywire around me. Clocks will change even, because it's a different energy field that I'm connected to, I guess, that doesn't quite jive with all of that. I hate technology. Mm-hmm. I'm the last one. We talked about this, social media. I'm awful. Everyone's like, you've got to start posting. No, I hate it.
It's frustrating.
I don't like talking about myself. I really don't. I don't like being the center of attention. And I even brought this up to this. The reason I'm here is a wedding. My cousin Angie's son, Cody, got married to this amazing girl, old soul. And she said, she goes, you want to do this? And I'm like, I never quite look forward to these, because I don't really like talking about myself. I love talking about other people and the best of them. And she's like, I do this to help people. And she's like, well, there you go. That's why you're doing this. I'm like, well, good. Thank you. That helps. And if I wasn't the one that allowed myself to say my own insecurity, or I feel I'm an introvert, like this is uncomfortable for me, but at the same time, I know my mission. Mm-hmm. So I always pull back to that. That's why the shaky voice goes away, that, I get less emotional, because I know I'm doing I'm on my mission. Like, this is my passion.
Yeah.
I love it.
It does put everything into alignment when you realize what your purpose is, what your passion is, and the tools that are out there for that to come into fruition.
And to the people that are searching for, is this truly me, and how am I gifted, and looking for the right fit and the right label, please don't. Please don't. Just allow this to unfold naturally, because that's the best path. This is something that is life-changing. It's a new world. It's a brand new reality. So you don't want like all these rushing answers at once, and you don't want anyone to claim that they have all the answers, because you're creating it as you go, and that's your story. But I just love guiding people to themselves. Like, that's my it's like I'm trying to put myself out of business. Seriously. Because when everyone starts listening to themselves, they'll really need no one. They'll bounce, and have amazing conversations, but no one's paying anyone for advice.
Right.
Right? That's the world I want to be in. But until then, I got to pay my bills.
Right. Well, and it's just a form of energy.
It is.
Really.
I mean, we're in the human experience. Money is a big part of it. And I think even money, which has been a huge driving factor for people for many, many years, still is. I think that's even kind of getting fueled less. I think people are truly wanting more passion and love and freedom over the power, the money, the prestige, the image. I mean, I really see people seeking a simpler life.
I think we want that, though, because everything feels so complicated.
It is.
And so hard.
It's rushed. It's hurried.
Yeah. We're never in the present moment. We're always on like one foot out the door to the next.
Yep. That's the other thing is, I'm glad you brought up present moment. That's huge. That's everything. When you can learn to stay present, which is why every guru out there will turn you to meditation. I don't care what form of meditation, any form that will get you back to center, like this place of being present and just one with everything, is like the best recharge, the best vitamin for your body, the best everything. I always say, get out in the sun. Stop.
Yeah.
There's your vitamin D.
Exactly.
Go sit in the sun and just relish the fact that you're alive and you're part of this big place. No, that was never me. Those words could never come out of my mouth, ever. And so for me to be the one now guiding people, I completely understand the resistance.
Yeah, because you've been in both places.
Yep.
It makes sense.
And you just know the people that are ready to be free, they're ready to cross that line and just say, and jump. It's jumping.
Yep. Plug your nose, hold your breath, and just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
I see stuff all day long that are amazing miracles and stories and synchronicities. And when you look for it, every day can be magic. But if you're not looking for it, if you're looking for who's out to get me and where do I need to stash my purse so someone doesn't steal it, well, that's the life you're going to see. That's the life you're going to live. That's your reality. But I'm telling you, I don't live there.
It's not a comfy place.
It's not. No. It doesn't feel good.
I wish we had more time to wander.
We don't?
We talked about it going by so fast, and here we are. It's the end of our wandering.
Oh, good.
Right? It goes by so fast. So how can everyone get in touch with you and learn more about you?
You can contact me through Facebook. I have two sites, actually. Readings by Renee and Renee Johanna, Intuitive Consultant and Coach, I think it is. But Renee Johanna, you should find me. My website is reneejohanna.com, and I can even give you my cell phone number because I have no problem with that, 623-236-5986. And I do, I call it coaching because it really feels like I'm coaching people, but they ask for readings. But I read people all over the world. They're calling me now, and it's amazing because the conversations that are playing out are people are waking up, people are wanting stronger connections, they're wanting authentic relationships, and they're not willing to settle for anything less anymore. And I'm like, amen.
Yes, finally.
Yes.
Finally.
So,
well, thank you for being a bright and shiny light tonight.
Pretty much me in a nutshell.
It's awesome.
The nut.
The nut part. Yeah, you made that clear. I really admire that. I think it's wonderful. So thank you for showing up authentically you.
Yes. Thank you for having me. It's been fun.
It's so cool. Next week on Soul Wanderings, we welcome to the show Dr. Dee Franey. Dee is a professional coach specializing in assisting you to step completely and authentically into your life without limits so you can experience a life bursting with passion and purpose. She's also one of my BFFs. So I hope you guys will join us next week for another live wandering with our new guest. Soul Wanderings can be found on social media all over the place. Like I said, my favorite. But you can link to all of those at soulwanderings.com. I also want to invite you guys to my Facebook page, AJ Rasmussen. I ask some thought-provoking questions there and really want to encourage you guys to think and feel outside the box. And make sure you guys are also following KGRA Radio on Facebook, on Stellar, YouTube, all those places. Let's keep having these conversations. Let's keep assisting each other and supporting each other on our way home. Thanks again, everyone, for being here with us. I really appreciate you. Have a happy day.